Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Cardless. Cardless is an interesting startup company in the credit and finance space, and so in typical fashion, we will learn a little bit more about them. We'll talk about the earnings and redemptions, the cards themselves, then come out on the other side of this, one, figuring out if these cards are right for you, and number two, Cardless as a future in the game going forward. What does it mean, and what are my thoughts about that? So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Okay, first things first, let's start off with a classic Did You Know slide to learn a little bit more about Cardless as a company. Now, Cardless was founded in 2019, which if you follow this series of looking at credit cards is a little bit of a departure because normally we're talking about banks that have been founded hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but they are very much in startup mode. In fact, at the time of taping, they've raised about $50 million in funding. Now you have a few of the notable partners here, Phoenix Suns ownership and management, Boston Celtics to name a few, so you'll see that sports tie-in as we go. But with that said, what does Cardless do with all that money? Well, they build custom credit cards for different brands, and as a part of it, Cardless also creates the program, handles the underwriting, has banks that they partner with to do the lending, issue the cards, because yes, even though it is Cardless, there are physical cards, and then they handle the customer service as well. So again, if you're familiar with the typical credit card, you have your straight up credit cards issued by Bank of America and Chase, like the Chase Freedom Card, Bank of America Customized Cash. Those are what we call just regularly branded cards. Then you have co-branded cards. Think like the Amex Delta lineup, the Amex Hilton lineup. You know, you have American Express, the issuer, then you have Delta or Hilton as the brand partnering together. So we have some very strong brands at the top, especially in travel, but after that, it really falls off. I mean, the next strongest brand that's not travel is probably the Amazon co-branded card, but then you have all these other stores, other brands that don't have a credit card, or they have a very weak credit card. Not to point fingers, but think of all the folks at Barclays, right? A lot of those are pretty weak. So that's kind of where Cardless steps in and says, hey, look, we'll partner with you, we'll design the rewards program so it's not just your run-of-the-mill classic 2x back on everything or whatever. You know, that companies want that because rewards programs, loyalty programs work, and credit cards are a way to, help lock people in, help create, that connection with the brand. And so you're kind of using and referencing the brand all the time. So that's why a brand would want to partner with Cardless. So when you talk about earnings and redemptions, we're going to do this a little bit differently, again, if you're used to the normal format here. Generally speaking, these are going to be cashback cards, and you're going to have redemptions for, statement credits, for merchandise, things like that. But the rewards or the redemptions change a little bit card to card. So when we take a look at the card, then I'll tell you what you can redeem for, and so it'll probably make a little bit more sense that way. So without further ado, let's jump into the cards themselves, and starting off with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So here we have it. The first brand is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, this is a basketball team in the NBA, if you're not a sports fan, and I would like to point out this touch that they have Michael Scott on the card name. I just think that's pretty funny. Now, this is a no annual fee card. Multipliers here are going to be 5x on Cavs season tickets, 5x select streaming services, 3x on Cavs regular game tickets, so if you were to buy like individual tickets, 3x at bars and restaurants, and 3x on grocery and food delivery services. Now the benefits here, you're going to get 10% off purchases at Cavaliers Team Shop or in the arena and online, and there are no foreign transaction fees. So when we talk about redemptions now, you'll see what I'm talking about. So you can do a statement credit, which is at 1x pack or 1 cent per point. Fanatics gift card is like 1.25x per point. So you can get like merchandise and stuff for that kind of gift card. You can also have a donation to the Cavaliers Community Foundation, 1 cent per point. You can also do merchandise, signed jerseys, signed balls, or honorary bench warmer if you want. So above, you kind of see some pictures from the site there. Autographed Kevin Love jersey, 30,000 points. Then they have Larry Nance Jr. in a Cavs backpack. There's probably a LeBron jersey somewhere in the back if you really ask nicely. So now moving on, we have the Manchester United card. Now this is kind of like English Premier League soccer, or as it's better known as, football. So annual fee of $0. Multipliers here are 5x on bars and restaurants specific to match day. Remember, soccer, football says match day, not game day. 5x on select streaming services on match day as well, and 5x on rideshare and streaming services. Benefits here: 10% off at official Manchester United Megastore, the Red Cafe, and the United Direct. Now you can get a monthly credit towards Peacock Premium with $500 in spend monthly. You can earn early access to season tickets, team gear, and more, and of course there are no foreign transaction fees. Now if we flip over to the redemptions for the Man U card, again, very similar statement credit, 1 cent per point. Fanatics gift card, 1.25x per point. Merchandise, again, autographed jersey, looks about 37,500 points. You can get an autographed jersey for. You can meet legends, and then they also have more rewards along those same lines. And next up, sticking with the soccer theme, we have the Liverpool FC card. Now, no annual fee. Multipliers here is going to be 10x, so really it's 10% off in LFC official stores. Now it's 5x on official LFC store and tickets, 5x on ride shares and streaming services, and 3x on restaurants, bars, and food delivery. Benefits here: there's one primary benefit, and that is you're going to get that yearly LFC International membership. Now, there's a lot of different perks that come with that. One of the main ones is that 1 year of LFC TV Go. Then after that, if you choose to renew, as long as you have the card, you're looking at a 50% discount on that. But there's a lot of other benefits to that. As far as redemptions go, it looks like this is going to have the same redemptions as all the other cards. However, at the time of taping, this is a brand new card, so they aren't exactly built out as the rest of them yet. But again, from the site, it looks like we're going to have very similar redemptions. Now, going back to the NBA, we have the Boston Celtics. So, annual fee of $0. Multipliers here: 7x on Celtics tickets, 7x on rideshare, 7x on streaming services, 4x at bars and restaurants, 2x on groceries and food delivery services. Benefits here: 10% on purchases at Celtics online shop, and no foreign transaction fees. Now, in terms of redemptions for the Celtics, again, you have the first two are the exact same, and then you have signed jerseys, signed balls. You can also be an honorary bench warmer. It looks like that picture on the right, you can get an autographed piece of floor, maybe from the old Teeny Garden or something, autographed jerseys and balls as well. Now we close out the NBA with the New Orleans Pelicans. So no annual fee here. Your multipliers can be 4x on Pelicans tickets, 4x on gas stations, 4x on bars and restaurants, 4x on select food delivery services. Now the benefits here: 10% off purchases at the Pelicans team shop, that's in the arena and online, 10% off concessions at Smoothie King Center, I'm guessing that's the home court of the New Orleans Pelicans. You get VIP game experiences, exclusive in-person events, and you can go into view practices apparently. So then again, if you flip over to the redemptions here, more of the same. You've got the statement credit, the Fanatics gift cards, signed jerseys, signed balls, things like that. And now, if you're more of a baseball fan, then we have the Miami Marlins to round us out. So you have no annual fee, 5x on Marlins tickets purchased via MLB.com, 3x at bars and restaurants, 3x gas stations and drugstores, and 3x on select food delivery services. Benefits here: you're looking at 5% off retail concessions at Lone Depot Park, guessing it's the home field of the Marlins, then early access to unique merchandise drops. Then as far as your redemptions go here, kind of more the same except for number 3, where you can transfer to home run reward. So 10 cardless points equals 1 home run reward point. And then you can also get signed jerseys and signed balls, autographed baseball bats as well. And one more thing of note before we jump to the thoughts here. Again, Cardless is expanding, so you can see at the time of taping they do have plans at least to add a Latium Airlines card. Now, no details yet, but it is nice to see them expanding out of sports and into travel, giving another airline, a potentially good co-branded card. Okay, and so there we have it, guys. Those are, at the time of taping, all the cards that Cardless offers. Now, I have to imagine that many more will be coming. This video will probably not hold up against time, but again, I think the core dynamic is going to be the same. So overall, what do I think about this? Well, I have 2 thoughts here. One, I really like the approach that Cardless is doing. A lot of times when you do these videos just selfishly, you have to go to multiple sites to figure out what points are worth and things like that. But, from reading a little bit, some articles, some interviews that the Cardless founders have done, you can tell that they do seem to come off as credit card fans and people who understand it. By that I mean, very simply, it tells you on Cardless sites what the redemption is worth, right? It tells me that, hey, if you do statement credits, 1 cent. If you get a Fanatics gift card, 1.25 cent. Donation is this. That's really uncommon. I don't even think the big guys do that. Or a lot of times in the terms and conditions you see that, hey, this is going to be the valued varies depending on how you redeem it, which isn't great. Even they even give you the points totals for the jersey, for the bats, things like that up front, so you can tell what you're getting. I think that is great. Number two, these aren't going to be for everybody, but they're not supposed to be for everybody. Is it for me personally? No, but I'm not nearly that big of a sports fan, as some people are. If you're a huge sports fan, if you're a fan of the Boston Celtics, then these multipliers are very competitive. I mean, they're offering you a lot of high multipliers, and then you can actually see the rewards redemptions again. So if you're into this kind of stuff, then I think these are actually pretty good options. Again, you just have to be the right person for it. But that's kind of the point of co-branded cards. If you fly United, getting the Delta Amex makes no sense, and you're not going to get a lot of value out of it if you don't like Delta. It's the same concept here. And overall, I do like what Cardless is doing, stepping in and kind of saying like, hey, let's do this. Let's make this better so we can get away from these tired, lame rewards programs that we normally have with the B and C tier cards. Previously in this space, we've just really had a lawn credit card, which I have a video on that I can link down below. They kind of stepped in and filled the gap between credit unions and things like that, making rewards programs. And I think that could potentially be the future of Cardless, right? They're hitting sports right now because sports are very popular, but they could continue out, get more sports, other brands. It doesn't necessarily just have to be sports. Could be other popular brands. Could you think of, Samsung or Google? I know they've talked about having Samsung Pay and like a debit card, but there could be a partnership there, or they could also call an audible or make another line of their business and kind of do what a lawn credit card does and say, hey, we're also going to make regular rewards programs, non-co-branded, but the small banks, the small issuers can use this as well, and that gives us another line of cards to be competitive with. So overall, again, closing thought here on Cardless. Again, they're pretty new, 2019 startup, but I like what they're doing. I think they have a few major brands already to show some traction with. I'd like to see them expand more, which I'm sure is in the plans. And again, if you're a big sports fan and you know for a fact you're going to redeem for these tickets, or you just really want to sign jersey or something like that, then I think this is definitely good. This is definitely what a good partnership looks like, a good rewards program, co-branded partnership looks like, in my opinion. So anyways, guys, if you like this one, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Again, posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. My question for you guys is, let me know what you think about Cardless down below. Are you just waiting for your favorite team to get picked? Do you like them, or do you have one of these cards right now? And how do you redeem the points? How do you like the special rewards and perks that you've been getting? I genuinely love to hear your thoughts on this down below. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.